always look expensive with these 7 simple rules. What truly makes you appear refined? Your wardrobe, or the way you move through life. Looking expensive isn't about having wealth. It's about the signals you quietly send through care, intention, and grace. With just a few small adjustments, your presence can feel richer, more magnetic, and deeply polished. Stay with me, because by the final rule, you'll see why true sophistication begins in a place most women completely overlook. Rule number 1, precision in posture and movement. Your posture speaks before your voice does. Without a single word, the way you carry yourself communicates whether you value and respect yourself. Many women unknowingly give away their presence by slouching or moving in a rushed, distracted way. It may not seem like much in the moment, but over time, it chips away at how polished and grounded you appear. The refined alternative is simple: an aligned spine, shoulders gently back, and movements that feel intentional rather than hurried. Think of it as moving through life with a quiet rhythm, instead of being pulled along by chaos. When you reach for a glass at dinner, let it be a smooth, unhurried gesture. When you enter a cafe, let your steps carry calm certainty rather than anxious speed. And in professional settings, whether stepping into an office or meeting someone face to face, your posture instantly signals the level of confidence you hold in yourself. This isn't about performing for others, it's about the way you anchor your own energy. Studies from the University of Louisville show that posture directly impacts not only how others perceive you, but how you feel internally, reducing stress hormones and increasing feelings of control. When you carry yourself with care, you send a message of quiet influence. You respect yourself, you trust your own presence, and you invite others to do the same. That is the kind of refinement that makes you look and feel truly expensive. Rule number 2, the power of understated color palettes. Sophistication often lives in simplicity. While bold patterns and loud colors can feel exciting, they rarely communicate the kind of refinement that makes someone look truly elevated. A common misconception is that looking expensive requires something flashy, when in truth, it's the restraint in your choices that creates the greatest impact. Color psychology shows us that softer, calmer tones like warm neutrals, gentle creams, deep navy, or muted olive signal stability and balance. According to research from the Journal of Business Research, people naturally associate these shades with reliability and calm authority. They create a canvas that feels intentional, grounded, and timeless, rather than fleeting or trend-driven. In your everyday life, this can be as simple as pairing a soft beige blouse with tailored black trousers or layering a gray knit over crisp white denim. Balanced contrasts, like ivory against charcoal or camel against navy, always carry a quiet strength. The beauty of understated palettes is their versatility. They move seamlessly from casual to formal settings without losing elegance. By choosing subtle tones, you give space for your presence to shine through. The colors don't speak over you, they highlight you. That restraint, that calm clarity, is what makes your style feel polished and undeniably expensive. Rule number 3, intentional gaze and eye contact. Your eyes are often the first anchor of your presence. They reveal whether you're truly there in the moment or distracted elsewhere. Many women weaken their impact with darting glances, avoiding direct connection, or on the other extreme, holding a stare that feels more confrontational than inviting. Both approaches break the natural rhythm of communication. A refined presence comes from balance, steady, warm eye contact that feels like an open invitation. It doesn't mean locking your gaze, but rather engaging with a softness that reassures the person across from you. I see you, I'm with you, and I respect this exchange. In practical terms, this might look like holding a gentle gaze during a conversation with a colleague at a networking event, or keeping consistent but relaxed eye contact while your family shares stories at the dinner table. In more formal settings, such as interviews or presentations, a calm and intentional gaze becomes a powerful signal of self-trust. Psychologists from Cornell University note that consistent, warm eye contact increases perceived trustworthiness and builds stronger connections. For you, this means your presence feels grounded, confident, and approachable, all qualities that quietly reflect sophistication. When your gaze is intentional, you don't just look expensive, you feel like someone worth leaning into. Rule number 4, mastery of clean lines and tailoring. The structure of your clothing tells a story long before anyone notices the label. Refinement is less about following the latest trend and far more about how a piece fits your unique frame. One of the most common mistakes is chasing fashionable cuts that don't sit well on the body, leaving clothes to speak louder than the woman wearing them. A more powerful approach is to pay attention to tailoring, seams, and proportion. When lines are clean and shapes are intentional, your outfit feels composed, no matter the cost. A blazer that skims the shoulders perfectly, trousers that fall at the right length, or a dress with darts placed just so. These details quietly separate the polished from the careless. Think of how a crisp blazer transforms denim, or how a well-cut midi dress moves gracefully through both daytime errands and evening dinners. Tailoring has always been a marker of refinement because it communicates care and awareness. In fact, a 2019 report in the Journal of Fashion Marketing and Management highlights that fit is the single most important factor in perceived clothing quality. When you prioritize clean lines and precise structure, you step into a space where elegance is not tied to price tags. It's about discipline in details, and that discipline always looks expensive. Rule number 5, quiet luxury in fabrics, not logos. True refinement is felt before it's seen. Many women fall into the trap of thinking that visible logos or brand names are the shortcut to elegance. But sophistication has never been about advertising labels. It's about the quiet story your fabrics tell through touch, weight, and movement. The difference lies in texture, drape, and quality. A simple silk blouse that glides against the skin, a wool coat that holds its shape through seasons, or linen trousers that breathe beautifully in warmer months. All of these carry a richness no logo could replace. Cotton blends, when chosen with care, can deliver the same sense of comfort and refinement. Fashion historians often point out that the most timeless wardrobes in history were built not on brands, but on fabric integrity. In fact, a study published in Clothing and Textiles Research Journal showed that fabric quality has a stronger influence on perceived elegance than visible brand markers. By focusing on materials that feel substantial and wear gracefully, you create an understated presence that lasts. The elegance is in the tactile richness, in the way a garment falls and moves with you. This is quiet luxury, the kind that whispers class without needing to say a single word. Rule number 6, controlled vocal tone and pace. Your voice is one of the clearest reflections of how you see yourself. When speech comes out rushed, flat, or too loud, it can unintentionally strip away the grace you naturally hold. Many women underestimate how much tone and pacing influence not only how others receive their words, but also how much weight their presence carries. A refined voice isn't about sounding perfect. It's about speaking with intention. Measured pacing, a calm delivery, and the willingness to pause allow your words to land fully. Silence, used well, is as powerful as speech. It shows you're not in a hurry to be heard because you trust the value of what you're saying. In everyday life, this matters everywhere. In a work meeting where your steady tone communicates authority, in casual conversations where warmth is expressed through softness, even in disagreements where calm pacing helps diffuse tension rather than fuel it. Research from the University of California, Los Angeles confirms that vocal tone accounts for more than a third of how communication is perceived, often outweighing the actual words. By training your voice to move with balance and care, you cultivate authority without force and warmth without effort. That harmony is the essence of elegance in communication. Rule number 7, consistency in micro-grooming details. Refinement often hides in the smallest details, the ones many overlook. Nails kept clean and shaped, shoes with polished leather, accessories that feel intentional, and a fragrance that lingers softly rather than overwhelms. These aren't extravagant gestures. They are signs of consistency and care. A common misunderstanding is that grooming requires excess, lavish treatments, constant salon visits, or expensive products. But in truth, it's the quiet maintenance that speaks volumes. Neat edges on your manicure, heels free of scuffs, jewelry that complements rather than competes, and a fragrance worn like a whisper. These create an aura of discipline without shouting for attention. Think of how often hands are noticed in conversation, or how shoes are among the first things the eye unconsciously registers. These subtle signals shape perception instantly. Research from the Journal of Social Psychology shows that people form impressions within 7 seconds, and grooming is one of the strongest cues of perceived reliability and refinement. By keeping your micro details consistent, you create a sense of quiet luxury, an elegance that doesn't need to be explained. It isn't about extravagance. It's about showing care in the places others might not expect. That discipline, applied daily, is what leaves the most lasting impression. Bonus point: presence through stillness. If you've stayed with me this far, thank you. That already shows your commitment to growth. I want to leave you with something deeper than clothing, grooming, or posture: the quiet power of stillness. In a world that rushes, a calm and unrushed presence radiates richness far beyond material things. Stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's about choosing to move from a grounded place. You can practice this daily by slowing your breath before entering a meeting, pausing to center yourself during conversations, or simply taking a few seconds each morning to anchor your thoughts. These small acts of calm create an aura of self-possession that no outfit could replace. True sophistication begins within, and it is your stillness that makes everything else you do feel intentional and elevated. If this message resonated with you, write the word refined in the comments. That one word tells me you stayed until the very end and that you're part of this community of women choosing to elevate themselves with grace. Thank you for being here and for being part of the Donna family. If you found value, I'd love for you to like this video, subscribe, and share it with another woman who would appreciate these reminders. And before you go, make sure to watch the video recommended on your screen. It continues this journey with you. Until tomorrow, take care of yourself with intention and quiet elegance.